فقال السلام عليك يا فاطمة فقلت عليك السلام. قال إني أجد في بدني زوفا فقلت له أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الزوف. فقال يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وصرت انظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. اللهم صل على محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسن قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أمه فقلت وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وصبرة فوادي. فقال يا أمه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله. فقلت نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوزي قد أذنت لك فدخل معه تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسين قد أقبل فقال السلام عليك يا أمه فقلت وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فوادي. فقال لي يا أمه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله. فقلت نعم إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فدنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه. السلام عليك يا من اختار الله وتأذن لي أن أدخل معكما تحت الكساء. فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي قد أذنت لك فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن أمي رسول الله. فقلت نعم ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له وعليك السلام ويا أخي ويا وسيء وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بزأتي قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأعمى بيديه اليمنى إلى السماء فقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي خاصتي وعامتي لامهم لامي ودمهم دمي يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم. فجل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي إني ما خلقت السماء مبنية ولا أرضا مضية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بئرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا رب ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة هم فاطمة وأبوها وبالها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد وآل فقال جبرائيل يا ربي أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض ليكون معهم سادسا فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله العلي الأعلى يخرق السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مضية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضية ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحر يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمين وإلا إنه نعم قد أذنت لك فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء اللهم صل على محمد وآله فقال لأبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد فقال علي لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل إن الله فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا فقال علي عليه السلام إذا والله فزنا وفاض شيعتنا ورب الكعبة فقال أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيه مهموم إلا وفرج الله هما ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غما ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته فقال علي عليه السلام وإذا والله فزنا وصعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وصعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة صل على محمد محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwa ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Dar-e Haidari. بر محمد وعلى محمد صلوات. علی کی بادشاہی ہے، علی اس میں الہی ہے، علی کی بادشاہی ہے، علی اس میں الہی ہے، ہر ایک میزان میں تولا علی مولا، علی مولا، ہر ایک میزان میں تولا علی مولا، علی مولا، زبان کے ساتھ دل بولا مولا، علی مولا، لگے جب حیدری نعرہ علی مولا، علی مولا، جہاں میں گونج ہوتی ہے علی مولا، علی مولا، نعرہ حیدری. صلوات.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم اللہم کل ولیک الحجت ان الحسن صلواتک علیہ وآبائے فی هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا وذليلا أين حتى تسكنوا أرضك طوعا وتمتعوا فيها طويلا. نعرہ حیدری.
پر محمد والے محمد صلی اللہ ذرا سے خاک کل کائنات پی لایا دل و جگر میں آتش بھی فرات بھی لایا میرے نصیب پہ حیران ہے جہان والے میں کربلا سی کا فن بھی حیات بھی لایا ذرا سے خاک کل کائنات پی لایا دل و جگر میں آتش بھی فرات بھی لایا میرے نصیب پہ حیران ہے جہان والے میں کربلا سے کفن بھی حیات بھی لایا نعرہ حیدری. محمد والے محمد صلی اللہ علیہ مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے اے ماں تم مجھے پاس بلا لو مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے تربت سے علی اصغر کی تربت سے علی اصغر کی آواز یہ آتی ہے اے ماں تو مجھے پاس بلا لو مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے یاد آئے بہت مجھ کو تیرا جھولا جھولانا ہے
لگا کہ تیرا لوری سنانا، جب ریت گرم پیاری ماں، جب ریت گرم پیاری ماں میرے تن کو جلاتی ہے، اے ماں تو مجھے پاس بلا لو، مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے، ہائے پیاس کی شدت سے گلا سوکھا پڑا ہے، ہے زخمی گلا اس میں ماں درد بڑا ہے، تربت میں اکیلا ہوں میں، تربت میں اکیلا ہوں میں، تنہائی ڈراتی ہے، اے ماں تو مجھے پاس بلا لو، مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے، جھولے میں پڑا اصغر دن رات ہے رویا، ہے جب پیاس بجھی اس کی تو پھر چین سے سویا، مقتل میں سکینہ پھر کیوں، مقتل میں سکینہ پھر کیوں اس ڈھونڈنے جاتی ہے، اے ماں تو مجھے پاس بلا لو، مجھے پیاس ستاتی ہے، پر محمد وال محمد صلی اللہ علیہ
محمد وآل محمد. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ان اللہ وملائکتہ یصلون علی النبی یا ایھا الذین آمنوا صلوا علیہ وسلموا تسلیما. اللہم صل علی محمد وآل محمد. سلام کے چند اشعار ہیں. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دل بر آجا، اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دل بر آجا. خود سے اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دل بر آجا. ڈھونڈ لے خود سے مجھے لاچار ہوں بے بس آجا. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دل بر آجا. جا. کل تو ہے تیرا سفر اپنا ٹھکانہ ہے یہیں. تم چلی جاؤ گی پر اصغر بے شیر یہیں. باپ اور بھائی تیرے اور چچا بھی ہیں یہیں. میری غربت پہ ذرا ترس تو کھا جا آجا. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دلبر آجا. تیری الفت بھی تیری چاہ بھی خوشبو بھی یہیں. کچھ نہیں بدلا فقط جسم کی دوری ہے یہیں. دشمن دین نے سر کاٹا ہے پر دل ہے یہیں. میرے دل کی ہے صدا دل برو دلدار آجا. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دلبر آجا. سفر لمبا ہے تیرا دکھ بھی ہے اور غم بھی بہت. سفر لمبا ہے تیرا دکھ بھی ہے اور غم بھی بہت. جانے کس طرح تجھے جانے دوں بے بس ہوں بہت. اپنے بیٹے سے یہ کہتا ہوں نظر رکھے بہت. آخری بار میرے سینے پہ آجا آجا. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دلبر آجا. جا کے پردیس تمہیں صبر ہی کرنا ہوگا. جس جگہ شمر کہے تیرا بچھونا ہوگا. میری بیٹی ہو تمہیں شکر ہی کرنا ہوگا. آخری رات ہے خوشبو تو سنگھا دے آجا. اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دلبر آجا آپ کی یاد ہے مشق اور آپ کی یاد ہے مشق مشق کی ہے یاد علم آپ کی یاد ہے مشق مشق کی ہے یاد علم بعد کربل کے ہی ایک ساتھ ہیں یہ مشق و علم بے سہاروں کے سہارے ہوئے یہ مشق و علم چوم لے آ کے انہیں افسر غمگین آ جا چوم لے آ کے انہیں افسر غمگین آ جاؤ اے میری بالی سکینہ میری دلبر آ جاؤ نعرہ صلوات
دیگر باواز بلند نعرہ صلوات محمد
وآل محمد
ایک بار اور باواز بلند صلوات
محمد وآل محمد
اپنے ایک جام پہ نازاں ہے ساقیا تو اپنے ایک جام پہ ارے 14 پلانے والے ہیں پرواہ ہے مجھ کو کیا اور بتلائے دیتا ہوں تجھے میں خانوں کا پتہ بتہاؤ کاظمینو خراسان و سامرا اور خورشید مودا میرا برج شرف میں ہے خورشید مودا کربلا میں ایک میرا ساقی نجف میں ہے، تو اپنے ایک جام پہ
جزاک اللہ جزاک اللہ جزاک اللہ جزاک اللہ
نعرہ صلوات
اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد
اور بآواز بلند نعرہ صلوات صلی علی محمد وآل محمد
شعور صبح ازل کو حسین کہتے ہیں، شعور صبح ازل کو حسین کہتے ہیں، عمل کے حسن عمل کو حسین کہتے ہیں، عمل کے حسن عمل کو حسین کہتے ہیں، وفا کیا آخری منزل کا نام ہے عباس، کمال سب رو رضا کو حسین کہتے ہیں، شعور صبح بر محمد و آل محمد سلام
اور دیگر بآواز بلند نعرہ صلوات صلی علی محمد و آل محمد۔ ایک بار اور نعرہ صلوات صلی علی محمد و آل محمد۔ بغار سل زمانہ حسین سے تھے، بغار سل زمانہ حسین سے تھے، ارے بقا فنا کو بنایا حسین سے تھے، اور چھری کے نیچے وہ خالق سے پیار کی اجل کو ہو گیا سکتا حسین سے تھے سپاہ شام شجاعت کا لوہا مان گئی دبے نہ لاکھوں سے تنہا حسین سے تھے اور کمر کو باندھ کے پیری میں جلتی رہتی سے کمر کو باندھ کے پیری میں جلتی رہتی سے اٹھایا بیٹے کا لاشا حسین سے تھے اور جوان کی لاش اٹھائے بنائے قبر صغیر کہیں بھی عزم نہ بدلا حسین سے تھے بغور سن لے زمانہ اللہم صلی علی محمد اور محمد والے محمد صلوات
مرثیے کے لیے بچوں حسین اور جاسم تم لوگ مرثیے تو
سورہ فاتحہ اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد.
مومنین، جیسا کہ آپ کے علم ہے کہ آج کی یہ مجلس ہمارے اور آپ کے 8ویں امام امام علی رضا علیہ السلام کی شہادت سے منسوب ہے، اور بعد اختتام مجلس شبیہ تابوت جناب امام علی رضا علیہ السلام برآمد کیا جائے گا. تو اسی مناسبت سے مرثیے کے صرف 3-4 بند. بر حبیب خدا ختم الانبیاء نعرہ صلوات.
اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد.
وارث صابر و شاکر تھے جو راضی برضا، وارث صابر و شاکر تھے جو راضی برضا، موت سے تھے نہ ہراساں نہ غم زہر جفا، پھر بھی احساس کا غربت کہ عجب عالم تھا، یاد آتا تھا غریب الوطنی میں کیا کیا، یاد آتا تھا غریب الوطنی میں کیا کیا. ارے کبھی شبیر کے روضے پہ نظر جاتی تھی، کان میں ہائے حسینہ کی صدا آتی تھی، کان میں ہائے حسینہ کی صدا آتی تھی. کبھی دادا کے نجف میں تھا کلیجہ پامال، کبھی دادی کے بقیے کی جدائی میں نڈھال، کبھی بغداد میں بابا کی لحد پر بے حال، کبھی روزے سے پیمبر کے بچھڑنے کا ملال، کبھی روزے سے پیمبر کے بچھڑنے کا ملال، در و دیوارے مدینہ کبھی یاد آتے تھے، ہائے نانا کا وطن کہہ کے تڑپ جاتے ہیں، ہائے نانا کا وطن کہہ
کہ تڑپ جاتے ہیں شکل دیکھی نہ تھی پردیس میں جس بیٹے کی اس کی تصویر بھی رہ کے جگر ملتی تھی دل میں ارماں تھے نگاہوں میں غم مایوسی موت شہر کے قریب اور بہت دور تقی موت شہر کے قریب اور بہت دور تقی یاد فرزند دل زار کو برماتی تھی جیسے صغرا شہ مظلوم کو یاد آتی تھی جیسے صغرا شہ مظلوم کو یاد آتی تھی دھیان آتا تھا کبھی کرب میں اس خاغر کا صورت زینب کبریٰ تھی جو بھائی فدا سوچتے تھے کہ وہ ہوتی تو یہ ان سے کہتا ابھی کم سن ہے بھتیجا اسے تم کو سونپا ابھی کم سن ہے بھتیجا اسے تم کو سونپا ارے سرپرست اس کی تم ہی میری جگہ اب ہو یہ سمجھنا کہ یہ سجاد ہے تم زینب ہو یہ سمجھنا کہ یہ سجاد ہے تم زینب ہو یا ہوا فاطمہ کا لال عجب میں مسموم اور وہاں کب سے مدینے میں بہن تھی مغموم گو عزیزوں میں ہو ظاہر کا تعلق معدوم دل کو ہو جاتا ہے سب حال کہیں سے معلوم دل کو ہو جاتا ہے سب حال کہیں سے معلوم مسترب تھی غمیں فرقت کے سکینے میں بہن توس میں بھائی تڑپتا تھا مدینے میں بہن
مضطرب تھی غمِ فرقت کے سفینے میں بہن تو اس میں بھائی تڑپتا تھا مدینے میں بہن وارث صابر و شاکر
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ساری تعریف اللہ کے لیے، درود و سلام محمد و آل محمد کے لیے. Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, as you know, tonight is the third and final Majlis of this weekend's programming. Tonight we commemorate the Shahadat of our 8th Imam, Molana Imam Zamin, Hazrat Ali Raza alayhi salam. There will be ziyarat of Shab-e-Shahadat Imam Raza alayhi salam after the Majlis. For this weekend's Majalis, we have had the honor of hosting the talented and extremely knowledgeable young Zakir, Molana Bilal Rizvi from Dallas, Texas. Molana is following in the footsteps of Hazrat Ona Muhammad, Hazrat Qasim, Hazrat Ali Asghar, and showing us that age does not matter in the love of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. We thank Molana Bilal Rizvi for coming and accepting our request. This has actually been the debut of an exclusively English Majalis programming at Dar-e Abbas, and I think we can all attest that it was a very successful one. And I can also say that Molana Bilal Rizvi has set a very high threshold for the future English Molanas that will come to Dar-e Abbas. We hope that... So without any further ado, I would just like to invite Molana Bilal Rizvi to the minbar to recite his Majalis.
رحم الله من قرأ سورة الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله والصلاة والسلام على إمام القبلتين ونبي الحرمين وأفضل الثقلين وجد الحسن والحسين الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرض بأبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الصادقين والذين ذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. أما بعد، يكون الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم صدق الله العلي العظيم صلوا على محمد وعلى for the protection of the believers, for the love of Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, and for the hastening of the reappearance of the master of our time, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. As you heard tonight, that after the majlis, there's a taboot for the 8th Imam, which is being taken out. So after Musibah, there would not be an environment for dua. So I'll start with the dua in the beginning. That in the name of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, that wherever the believers are going through difficulty, help them. That protect those who are protecting the shrines of Ahlul Bayt. That give us the opportunity for the ziyarah of Ahlul Bayt, for the shafa of Ahlul Bayt, to follow in the footsteps of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. And especially I pray for this community, you know, the kindness within this community, the way they greeted me, the way they organized it, the way you all listen. I'll remember this community, especially in Najaf al-Ashraf at the door of Amir al-Mu'mineen. That the center called Dar-e Abbas is worthy of being remembered at the door of the father of Abbas, Amir al-Mu'mineen. The majlis tonight is of that Imam who had a role in establishing the Aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada. That when you look at the riwayat, that this tradition of 10 majalis that we see in the beginning of Muharram, according to certain riwayat, the first Imam to do 10 majalis was Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. That when the Imam stopped in the city of at one point, he started this tradition. That time and time again, the Imam would remind about the dhikr of Sayyid al-Shuhada. You know, one day the Imam, while he was in Khurasan, they saw the Imam walking through the streets, that he took his amama off his head, he took off his turban. They said to the Imam that, why are you mourning like this? The Imam said, do you not know that this is the day of Ashura? They said, oh Imam, you remember this day year in, year out. Why do you remember it in this manner? The Imam replied by saying, I don't want you to forget Karbala in the way the people had forgotten the event of Ghadir. The people, they requested me to cover a number of topics. I have one topic in mind, but before I get towards that topic, they asked me that what is the role of Aza within our life? That what is the role and the impact of the Majlis of Hussein? You see, the Majlis of Hussein at that first level, it reminds of the message of Hussein. You know, the Quran, it says, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ ذِكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. That remind them, for reminder, it benefits the believers. Because it's within the fitrah and the nature of a human being to forget. But year after year, when you do the Aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada, at one level it reminds you of the path of Sayyid al-Shuhada. But no, at the second level, you find that people, they ask the question that why would Imam Zainul Abidin cry? That when water would be placed in front of him, he would begin to cry. That when he would see water for wudu, he would begin to cry. When he would see a butcher, he would say to that butcher, did you give this animal water, for my father Hussein was killed without water? You know, the Imam is the peak of patience. That the Imam cry, na'udhu billah, because he was weak-hearted. No, this is not the reason. The example is this, is that if in this hall there was a child laughing, nobody asked that child why he's laughing. But the moment the child begins to cry, you ask that child why he's crying. You find when it comes to the Aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada, when we mourn at one level so people will ask what happened on the day of Ashura. Then we tell them about Hussein. The moment we tell them about Imam al-Hussein, you see humanity, it continues to spread across the world through the Aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada. That this is that power. That's why Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, he says to Imam al-Sadiq, that when you go to Mina, do Azadari at Mina. That why at Mina? You find Mina is that spot at Hajj where the Muslims from all over the world, they gather over there. When the Muslims gather there and you say Labbaika ya Hussein, you find that the name of Imam al-Hussein, it spreads at that central point where people from all over the world, they're gathering. And this is that reality. This is that reality. This is that reality of the Imam, and this is what Imam Ali al-Rida would emphasize at one level. But who is this Imam? This is that Imam. His title, as you know, is Rida, the one who is content. You know, people, they ask the question that why is one Imam Sadiq, the truthful one? Why is one Imam Al-Qadim, the one who swallows his anger? Why is one Imam Al-Baqir? That aren't all of them As-Sadiq, aren't all of them Al-Qadim, aren't all of them Ar-Rida. But you find the reality is this. There's two things. There is Tariq and there is Sirat. You find the difference between Sira and Tariq is this, that Tariq is history, but Sira, it includes the character, the message, their principles. You find Tariq, it may be different, but their Sira is the same from amongst all of them. It's the circumstances of the times which make one Imam as-Sadiq. It's not the difference between them, it's the circumstances that allow one attribute to manifest over other attributes. But the reality is this, is that the history may change, the reality is the same. Awwaluna Muhammad, akhiruna Muhammad, awsatuna Muhammad, wa kulluna Muhammad. This and due to the circumstances in the time of Imam Ali al-Rida, you find this Imam was called Alim Ali Muhammad, that this isn't a small title. In a household where Amir al-Mu'mineen is there, in a household where Imam al-Sadiq is there, for the 8th Imam to be called Alim Ali Muhammad, the scholar of Ali Muhammad. You know, there's two types of virtues. One type of virtue you gain because of your family, that you come from a good family, this is a fadilat upon somebody. The second type of virtue is what you gain on your own through your efforts. You know, the first type of virtue. I'll give you an example through a hadith in history. You know, Imam al-Hussein sits in the mosque of Rasulullah with Amir al-Mu'mineen. Imam al-Hussein, he looks at Amir al-Mu'mineen, his father. He says, "Oh my father, who is greater, me or you?" You know, Imam, he knows the answer, but sometimes he says this so those who are recording history know the answer. He says what? He says, "Who is greater, me or you?" You find the Imam says, "Oh Hussein, what do you think?" The Imam, he says, "Oh my father Ali, you are greater than me, but there are certain things in which I am greater than you in." Is that what is the Imam saying? There are certain things that I am greater than you in. Imam al-Hussein, at the age of 4 or 5, he says to his father that, "Oh my father Ali, your father was great. He was Abu Talib, but my father is greater than yours. He's Ali ibn Abi Talib." He says, "Your brother was great. Amongst your brothers is Ja'far al-Tayyar, but my brother is Hassan al-Mujtaba, Sayyida Shabab al-Jannah." He continues, he says, "Your mother is great. Your mother was Fatima bint Asad, but my mother is Fatima Sayyidatun Nisa'il Alameen." Then he says, "Oh my father, your grandfather was great, but my grandfather is the greatest of all creations." Then he says to Amir al-Mu'mineen that, "Oh my father, in terms of these virtues, you are greater, but in terms of lineage, I have this honor within me." So you find there are two types of honors that a person can have. Now I come to the Imam being Alim Ali Muhammad. You know, it's one thing to be the first within your family. That if you are the first doctor within your family, you get respect because you're the first. But if you come from a family of doctors and for your accomplishments in medicine to stand out, this is a greater honor. Now, if Imam Ali al-Rida was Alim Muhammad from an average family, it would be something else. But when he is Alim Muhammad from a family where his grandfather would sit on the mimbar and say, Saluni, Saluni, qabla an tafqiduni, ask me before you lose me. For I know the path of the heavens better than the path of the earth. This is something else for Imam al-Rida. Alim Muhammad. And I promised some individuals this topic tonight. The topic of tonight's majlis are the debates of Imam al-Rida within the court of Al-Ma'mun. You know, history, it states that when Imam al-Rida was in the court of Al-Ma'mun, within those sessions, he answered 20,000 questions within those sessions. You know, they would say to this Imam that, how do you answer so many questions? You find the Imam, he would highlight that he is the inheritor of Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, they said to Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Ali, whenever we ask you a question, you don't think about it. You answer it immediately. The Imam, he says to that man, how many fingers do you have on your hand? The man, he says, I have 5 fingers. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, why didn't you have to think about it? He says, it's because these hands, they're always in front of me. He says, in the same way, this universe, it remains in front of me, Ali. Ya Ali. Ya Ali. The grandson of that Amir al-Mu'mineen. And this discussion, before I come towards the debates, there are certain things we need to analyze to get towards that point. Number one, what is the virtue of knowledge within the school of Ahlul Bayt? And how important is propagating the ulum of Ali Muhammad in today's society? Number two, how was the Imam taken from Medina to Khurasan? And what famous hadith did the Imam give in Naishapur? Number three, why did Imam al-Rida take the position of Wali-e-Ahad, the heir apparent towards Al-Ma'mun? And number four will be those debates which he had within the courtyard. So before I get to them, we have to go through this stage of analysis. The first thing is that when you examine these individuals, you come towards the ilm of Ali Muhammad. When you have an Imam, there are 3 things which differentiate an Imam from others within humanity. The first is nas, that the Imam is appointed by Allah. That's why when individuals say that people, they made a mistake in ijtihad in history, that in the battle one person did ijtihad, the other person did ijtihad, the reason why that argument is invalidated is because in front of nas and designation there is no ijtihad. That ijtihad is batil when something is clear. We say the position of Ali Muhammad is clear. The second thing which an Imam has that differentiates him is isma and infallibility. The third is ilm and knowledge, which is higher than anyone else. You see, ilm has a primary position within Islamic thought. That when Allah talks about what makes Adam, Adam, the Quran says, Allama Adam asma'a kullaha, that Adam was taught the names. Now this is one Quranic example. Go to the hadith. The hadith, it says that the ink of an alim, the ink of a scholar is greater than the blood of a martyr. Why? You know, a martyr, when somebody is attacking Islam, he can defend Islam. When those fasiq, those who are disbelievers, those who are attacking Islam, they attack. You find a mujahid can defend it. But an alim is that individual who can attack the institution of kufr itself. That he can go after a person, but an alim, he goes after the entire institution. You know, after the battle of Saffar, right? You find 10 individuals, they broke off from both sides. They said to each other that if Ali can answer this same question in 10 different ways, we'll join the side of Ali. But if he can't answer that question, we'll join the Khawarij and we'll go against both of them. You find those individuals, they come to Amir al-Mu'mineen, 10 of them. They ask the same question towards Amir al-Mu'mineen. The first person comes up. He says, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, ilm is greater than mal. Knowledge is greater than wealth. Because knowledge protects you, whereas you protect your wealth. The second one comes up, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater than wealth. For knowledge is the mirath and the inheritance of the prophets, whereas wealth is the inheritance of Fir'aun. The third person comes up, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater than wealth. For the one with knowledge sleeps comfortably at night, whereas the one with wealth doesn't always sleep comfortably at night. The fourth person comes up, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater than wealth, because wealth, it decreases when you spend it, but knowledge, it increases when you give it. Fifth person comes up, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater than wealth. For wealth can be stolen, but knowledge can't be stolen. Sixth person comes up, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater than wealth. Why? Because knowledge, it accumulates in depth over time, whereas wealth, it deteriorates over time. You find another person comes up towards Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says, Ya Ali, what is greater, knowledge or wealth? The Imam says, knowledge is greater. For the one with knowledge, he says, Ma abadna haqqa ibadatik. Ya Allah, I didn't worship you in the way you deserve to be worshipped. But the one with wealth, he goes and says, Ana rabbukumul a'la, that I've become your Lord. Referring towards Fir'aun, the 9th and the 10th person, they come to the Imam. They say to him, Ya Ali, we've decided to become your followers. The Imam says, why have you decided to become my followers? They say, because you answered the same question 10 times in 10 different ways. The Imam, he says that if you kept asking me the same question till the day of judgment, I would have kept answering this question in different ways. The Imam, he says that when the Imam comes to talking about the virtues of knowledge, the Imam is saying, if you want to talk about ilm, I can talk about ilm and its virtues until the day of judgment. And this is that reality of ilm within the life of an individual. You find this is why when you look within history, there have been ulama who have sacrificed their lives to propagate the azab of Hussein, to defend the wilayah of Hussein. You know, that's why the hadith, it says that the sleep of an alim is greater than being awake for somebody who is ignorant. Why? Because the alim knows when to sleep. He goes to sleep when he finishes his responsibilities. But the other person, whether he's awake or asleep, he doesn't know the difference. That's why one hadith, Rasulullah, he says the scholars from my ummah are like the prophets of Banu Israel. Those true scholars, they are like the prophets of Banu Israel. You know, there was a scholar by the name of Muqaddas al-Ardbili. Muqaddas al-Ardbili, he sees a dream. In his dream, he sees Nabi Musa and Rasulullah speaking to each other. Nabi Musa says, Ya Rasulullah, how can you say that the scholars of your ummah are like the prophets of Banu Israel? Rasulullah says, oh Musa, go speak to that man. Muqaddas al-Ardbili says, I was standing there. Nabi Musa, he comes towards me. He says to Muqaddas al-Ardbili, oh man, what is your name? Muqaddas al-Ardbili, he says, my name is Muqaddas, and I'm from the town of Arbil, and I live upon this street, and this is my job, and this is my family. Nabi Musa says, stop. I just asked you, what is your name? Why did you give me such a long answer? Muqaddas al-Ardbili, he looks at Nabi Musa. He says, oh Nabi Musa, in Surah Taha within the Quran, when Allah said, وَمَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ ya Musa, oh Musa, what is in your right hand? Didn't you reply by saying, قَالَ هِيَ asaya, this is my asa, and with it I stand up, and with it I bring down the leaves. He says, oh Nabi Musa, why did you give such a long answer. All Allah asked is, what is in your right hand? You find Nabi Musa replies by saying, it's because I was speaking to Allah for the first time, so I wanted to extend the conversation as long as I could. Muqaddas al-Ardili, he says, the same way I was speaking to the Prophet of Allah for the first time. Nabi Musa, he turns around to Rasulullah. He says, Ya Rasulullah, you were right when you said that the scholars of your ummah are like the prophets of Banu Israel. The scholars of the ummah of Rasulullah, those who follow the wilayah of Ali Muhammad. You look at an individual like Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, in that time period when in Iraq communism was becoming popular amongst the youth of Iraq, Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he passed a fatwa forbidding anyone to join a communist party. People, they began to think, this man who lives in a small house in Najaf al-Ashraf, he's supposed to be disconnected with the world. How does he know so much about communism? You find this is Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim. This individual, he was invited to Saudi Arabia by Shah Faisal to go towards Hajj. Shah Faisal, he sends his plane towards Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, but he rejects that plane because he didn't want to go on money which was not proper towards Hajj. You know, Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he goes towards Hajj. When he's sitting with Shah Faisal, you find one of the scholars of their sect, they come up towards him, the Wahhabi school of thought. He comes up, he doesn't say salam to Ayatollah Hakim. They said to him that, why didn't you say salam? He says, these individuals are not Muslim. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim says, why aren't we Muslim? He says, it's because you believe in the ta'wil of the Quran. You believe in the deeper interpretation of the Quran. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he looks at that individual. He saw that that individual was blind. He says towards him that if we are not allowed to take the Quran literally, then you're the one who's at the most loss. Because the Quran, it says, وَمَنْ كَانَ فِي هَذِهِ الْأَعْمَى فَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ أَعْمَى. That the one who is blind within this world, he'll be blind in the hereafter. You're blind in this dunya, Allah will make you blind in the hereafter. Allahumma salli ala. You know, then Shah Faisal, he says towards Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he says, listen, this is the 21st century. You Shia, when you go to the graves of your Imams, you kiss the gold. You prostrate upon clay. This is the 21st century. There is no place for kissing gold and for putting your head upon clay within this century. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he says, at that moment I did the wasila of Dar-e Abbas. He said, I did the wasila of Dar-e Abbas, and his son is narrating this. He says, when I did his wasila, I prayed that give me an answer that I can answer him, because he is a king. If I speak to him with logic, he won't understand it. So at that moment, a person, he walks in with a Quran within his hand. That Quran, it had gold on the side, it had silk on the cover. Shah Faisal, he begins to kiss the Quran. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim, he stands up, he yells, bid'ah. They said, why are you yelling bid'ah? You are a Shia, you do these things. He said, what? He said, why are you doing this? You're kissing this gold and this silk. He says, I'm not kissing the gold and the silk. I'm respecting the Quran. Ayatollah Mohsin al-Hakim says, when we go towards Najaf and Karbala, it's not the gold that we are kissing. This is the respect towards that who is buried underneath. This is the power. This is the power of ulum and knowledge when it comes to the defense of the school of Ali Muhammad. You find the hadith of Ali Muhammad have given an individual every principle that he needs within his life. You know, people, they discuss atheism and the concepts within atheism. You find narration after narration of the Imam. It shows what their level was. You find one individual, he comes to the Imam. He says to him that if Allah exists, can he put the world inside an egg without the world becoming smaller or the egg becoming bigger? You find this same question, the person who was asking him, he was at a lower level. And the Imam, the hadith says, تَقَلَّمَ النَّاسَ عَلَى قَدْرِ أُقُولِهِمْ. That speak to the people at the level of their intellects. So the Imam, he said towards him, that look around, what do you see? He says, I see the trees, I see the rivers in front of me, I see this, I see that. The Imam says, what do you see it with? He says, I see it with my eye. The Imam says, no, what specifically in your eye? He says, there's a part of your eye which is as small as a grain of lentil that I see it with. The Imam says, if Allah can put this in your eye without making your eye bigger or the world smaller, can He not put the world in an egg without the world going smaller or the egg going bigger? But you find, no, the same question. A philosopher from Yunnan, he asked this question towards the Imam, that can Allah do this? The Imam replied by saying that Allah has the capabilities, but your question is incorrect. Your question is incorrect because these properties, they contradict with each other. You find people, they ask the question that can Yazid go towards heaven? And if you say that Yazid can't go towards heaven, aren't you limiting the mercy of Allah? We say it's not the mercy of Allah that's being limited. The mercy of Allah is everywhere. But Yazid himself doesn't have the capabilities to go towards heaven, for he's the killer of a ma'soom. Ya Ali. This is the reality of the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt. And our 8th Imam, whose majlis it is tonight, he would say that if people, they knew the husn of our kalam, that if they knew the beauty of our narrations, they would undoubtedly follow us. You see, I mentioned the narration last night in Musibah, that when Imam al-Zaman, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu al-Sharif, when he stands in front of the Kaaba, he'll make 5 calls, according to some narrations. He'll say, Ala ya ahl al-alam, ana imamul qaim. Then he'll say, Ala ya ahl al-alam, ana samsamul muntaqim. Then the 3rd call, he said, Ala ya ahl al-alam, inna jaddi al-Husayn qataluhu adshanan. You see the Imam in all 5 of these statements, and I won't say all 5 because it's not the time for musibah yet, but what can we do when the name Hussein comes, the tears, they begin to fall. But you see, in all 5 of these statements, the Imam, he describes himself through Imam al-Hussein. And he doesn't say, oh Shia. He doesn't say, oh Muslims. He says, Ala ya ahl al-alam. It goes to show that the dhuhur of the Imam will happen at a time when the entire world knows about Imam al-Hussein. And you find through propagating the hadith of Ahlul Bayt, you facilitate that process, and this is what the Imam said. Now I come towards this Imam. Who is this Imam? You find in the time period of the Imam that after Harun al-Rashid passes away, he splits his kingdom in half. He gives the Arab half to his son Amin. He gives the non-Arab half to his son Ma'mun. Ma'mun, eventually he kills Amin, he takes over the position. You know, Ma'mun, after that, he's speaking to his advisor Fadl bin Rabi. He says, oh Fadl bin Rabi, now that I have killed Amin, is there anyone I should be worried about? Fadl bin Rabi says, worry about Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, who is in Medina. Ma'mun says, why should I worry about him? He says, because this khilafat which you are sitting on, in actuality it is his haqq and it is his right. If there is anyone who is a threat to you, it's Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. But be careful with him, because when people, they see the jalal and the light upon his face, they become his followers. When he speaks, they become his followers from his ilm. Ma'mun says, very well, what I'll do is I'll bring Imam al-Rida from Medina to Khurasan, but I'll do 2 things. I won't take him through the main route, because many of his Shia, they live amongst the main route. The second thing I'll do is that when I put him on the camel, I'll make sure there's a covering upon the camel so people, they can't see him. You find Ma'mun, he invites the Imam to come towards Khurasan. You know, it's very difficult for the Imam to leave Medina. When Ahlul Bayt would leave Medina, they would only leave Medina when the circumstances were very difficult. Because even at every moment in their life, they wanted to be by their grandfather, Rasulullah. That's why when Amir al-Mu'mineen, he changes the position and the center of his Khilafat from Medina to Kufa. He went to the grave of Rasulullah. He said, Ya Rasulullah, the desire of my heart is to stay by your grave. But Ya Rasulullah, the circumstances, they didn't allow it. You find the same thing with the Imam. The Imam, he ends up leaving Medina. You find on the way towards Khurasan, the capital of Ma'mun was Marv. There was a place called Naishapur. Naishapur over there was the center of learning. You know, news spread through Naishapur that the grandson of Rasulullah is going to pass through over here. You find hundreds of thousands, they gather within Naishapur. Each of them was trying to come towards the camel of the Imam so they could touch that horse which the Imam is upon, the camel which he's upon, so they can hold the reins towards that. And the narrations, they state that 18,000 scholars, they gathered there with pen and paper within their hand. Remember, pen and paper within their hand. 18,000 of them, they gathered over there. They would say, Ya Yabna Rasulallah, allow us to see your face just one time. The Imam is within that. He removes his covering. The narration, it says, the people of Khurasan, they begin to cry when they see the face of Imam al-Rida. Then they say, Ya Yabna Rasulallah, can you narrate just one hadith from your grandfather? The Imam, he goes back in towards the curtain. Then after a while, he opens the curtain. He says, I will give you one hadith. He says, my father Musa al-Qadim heard from his father Ja'far al-Sadiq, who heard from his father Muhammad al-Baqir, who heard from his father Zainul Abidin, who heard from his father Imam al-Hussein, who heard from his brother Imam al-Hassan, who heard from his father Amir al-Mu'mineen, who heard from Rasulullah that Jibreel descended upon me, and he told me that Allah said, La ilaha kalimatu la ilaha illallah hisni, faman dakhala hisni amina min adabi. That la ilaha illallah is my fortress. The one who enters my fortress, he will be saved from my punishment. You find the Imam, he closes the curtain. They all begin to think that just la ilaha illallah, there is no fasting, there is no prayer, there is nothing else. The Imam, he lets him think. He opens the curtains. He says, walakin shartaha wa shurutaha wa ana min shurutaha. That I am one of the conditions of la ilaha illallah. But now the question comes up, why did Imam al-Rida pick this hadith? Out of any hadith he could have picked. You see, the situation was, he is the grandson of Rasulullah. A day had come in front of the grandson of Rasulullah that 18,000, they gathered with pen and paper. A day was there when Rasulullah asked for pen and paper, but they rejected Rasulullah. Today Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, he is showing what Rasulullah wanted to write. That day what he wasn't able to write is that Ali is the condition of la ilaha illallah, whether it's Ali ibn Abi Talib or Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. هدر 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 ما شاء الله that the Imam says, I am the condition of la ilaha illallah, my name is also Ali. And Rasulullah wanted to write that Ali as the condition of La ilaha illallah. Because when Islam is in danger, it's Ali who protects Islam. Whether it's that Ali or it's this Ali. You know this chain, the chain, the sanad. You know, Ahmad bin Hanbal, not a Shia scholar, he would write that if this chain of narrators, not the hadith itself, that if this chain was recited over somebody with insanity, their insanity would be cured. Why? Because everyone in this chain is ma'soom, that you can't match this chain. You know, there was a debate going on once between somebody from the school of Ahlul Bayt and another school. The person from the school of Ahlul Bayt, he would say, my master Amir al-Mu'mineen said. The other person would say, my master Amir al-Mu'mineen said. He begins to think to himself that Amir al-Mu'mineen is the title of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He just copied that title. Then he says, okay, I'll try again. He says, my master Imam al-Muttaqeen said. The other person, he said that my master Imam al-Muttaqeen said. He says, the person, that I began to think that what reply can I give that this individual can't copy? He says, my master Muhammad al-Mahdi, the son of Hassan al-Askari, the son of Muhammad al-Jawad, the son of Ali al-Hadi, the son of Muhammad al-Jawad, the son of Ali al-Rida, the son of Musa al-Qadim, the son of Jafar al-Sadiq, the son of Muhammad al-Baqir, the son of Zainul Abidin, the son of Imam Hassan, the son of Amir al-Mu'mineen said, I recited their lineage, now you recite their lineage. He said you can copy titles, but you cannot copy this lineage of Rasulullah. And this is that hadith which was called Silsilatul Dhahab, that golden chain, because everyone in this chain is ma'soom. Ya Raza, Ya Raza, Ya Raza, Ya Raza. Ya Raza, Ya Raza. Fatahe Khurasan. Ya Raza, Ya Raza. Fatahe Khurasan. Ya Raza, Ya Raza. You find the Imam, he leaves Neshapur. The Imam, he comes towards Khorasan. You know, before the Imam comes to Khorasan, the Ma'mun, he says to everybody in his court that when Ali ibn Musa al-Rida walks into the court, nobody stand up for Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. The Imam, he goes towards the court of Ma'mun. When he walks towards the court of Ma'mun, you find that the doors, they open for the Imam. He walks in, it's as if the walls were saying labbaik towards the Imam. You find within that courtyard, everyone, they stand up when they see the jalal of the Imam, to the extent that Ma'mun himself was standing up. That Ma'mun who told nobody to stand up for Imam al-Rida, that Ma'mun was standing up for the Imam. Then he says to the Imam, that I am giving you the position of Wali-e-Ahad, I'm making you my heir apparent. You know, this is a very important point. Some people, they state, is that why did Imam al-Rida accept this position, that when he is the grandson of Imam al-Hussein, why did he accept this position? You find, number one, he was forced into it. You find that Al-Ma'mun, he says, oh Ali al-Rida, accept this position. Imam al-Rida says, I don't want this position. Ma'mun, he says to him, in the way your grandfather Ali was a part of a shura of 6, and that person made the condition that if you don't listen towards it, you'll be killed, the same applies towards you. So the Imam says, okay, I'll save my life, but there are 3 conditions on which I'll accept. He says the first condition is I'll never pass a ruling. The second condition is I'll never appoint someone. The third is I'll never remove somebody from your government. You know, if I said to you that I'm making you a judge, and then you said to me that I won't pass any rulings, what kind of a judge is that? The Imam, he took the position, but he showed that he has nothing to do with this government of batil. That's why Imam al-Hussein said, Man mitli la yubaya'u mitla. The one like me can't give allegiance to one like him. Whether the one like me is my father Ali or my grandson Ali al-Rida. You see, this is that reality. And you know, when it comes towards bay'ah, an imam can never give bay'ah towards somebody who is not ma'soom. The Quran, it talks about the reality of the allegiance to Rasulullah, and by extension the imams of Ahlul Bayt. It says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهَ يَدُ اللَّهِ فَوْقَ أَيْدِيهِمْ. That, O Rasulullah, the one who gives you allegiance has given Allah allegiance, and the hand of Allah is over their hand. You know, the word bay'ah comes from the word mubaya'ah in Arabic. Mubaya'ah, this siga in Arabic is used for a two-way relationship. In the same way, muwadda, you find what is the imam giving us in return. You find we give allegiance to the imam, he gives shafa'at towards us and intercession. This is that reality towards it. You know, how many times do we see the wasil of Ahlul Bayt within our lives? You know, this is Dar-e Abbas. Each night I try to recite at least one fadail of Aba Fadl Abbas. You know, there was a weightlifter in Iran. He won the gold medal. They said to him, "Oh man, what's your secret that you win every single year?" He replied by saying that whenever I pick up the weight, I say, "Ya Aba Fadl." When I say "Ya Aba Fadl," that weight, it becomes light for me and I pick that up. You know, then they say, Ya Abbas. Ya Abbas. You know, then they said to him, "Is there any weight that you can't lift?" And this shows what the followers of Abbas are. He says that weight which I can't lift is the weight of my blanket at the time of Fajr. You see, this is the consciousness which the love of Abbas builds within the heart of an individual. You see, when you say the name Abbas, in the way the name Hussein, tears, they begin to fall. In the same way the name Abbas, the tears begin to fall. Inshallah, if I have the opportunity and we have the tawfiq to come back, I'll recite the sermon of Abbas that he gave on top of the Kaaba next time I come, inshallah. But you find this is the reality towards it. This imam, he's within the court of Ma'mun. He rejects that position by showing he is disassociated with the government, although from the outward level he took it. But when he takes that position, he goes to show the position of Ahlul Bayt time and time again, and to show what Ma'mun really is. Because Ma'mun was trying to deceive the people to show them that he was on the side of Ahlul Bayt. You know, one time two individuals, they come to Imam Raza. They say to the imam that we have traveled from this town. Should we recite qasr or should we recite full salat? The imam says to one of them, "You recite qasr, you recite full." They begin to think to themselves, "We left at the same time. We left from the same town. Why did you tell one of us to recite half this prayer of travel and you told the other to recite full?" The imam, he says, "Because you have come to visit Ma'mun, you recite full. Because one of the conditions within the Sharia is that the journey should be a journey of halal. You recite qasr because you come to see the hujjat of Allah upon this earth." You see, time and time again, the imam is showing what Ahlul Bayt really are. You know, when the imam, he comes towards Khurasan. Hadar. MashaAllah. May Allah continue to increase that wilaya of Ahlul Bayt which is within your heart. You find the Imam, time and time again, he shows the reality of Ahlul Bayt from the position that he was in. You know, when he comes to Khurasan, there had been 2 years which rain hadn't fallen down yet. You find what Ma'mun says is, you know what, let's humiliate Ali ibn Musa Rida to his followers. We'll show that this individual doesn't have the abilities that they think which he has. What we'll do is we'll call him to make a dua for rain. And if the rain doesn't fall, we can show that he isn't of that status. So Ma'mun, he goes to those who would look at the weather. And those in that time period, when they would look at the weather, they would be sharper than the meteorologists today. Because today they do it with technology before they would do it with nature. You find that they said there is no chance of rain. 2 years have gone by with no rain. The 3rd year there will be no rain as well. Ma'mun, he calls the Imam. The Imam, he goes over there. He says, make a dua for rain. The Imam says, no, I won't make the dua right now. First, what I'll do is me and my Shia, they will fast for 3 days. But when your du'as are not being accepted, sometimes fasting, it opens up the heart. That fasting, it connects one towards the spirituality which a person can attain through fasting. So you find the Imam says for 3 days, keep a fast, then we'll make dua. The Imam, he gathers his followers, the Shia. He gathers them on the outskirts of Khurasan. He takes off his amama. He takes off those slippers which were upon his feet. He begins to pray for rain. The moment he raises his hands, you find the clouds, they come in front of the Imam. They come on top, the skies, they have clouds at that moment. The people, they say, oh Imam, our homes are far away. The clouds have already come. The Imam said, these clouds aren't for you. The ones after them will be for you. You find when they go towards their home, at that moment, it begins to rain. That this is that reality. You find the Imam himself would say, there are 2 things when you want to understand the position of an Imam. First, look at the ilm of the Imam. Number 2, look at the dua of the Imam. For the dua of the Imam is never rejected. You know, we see normal individuals whom with their connection with Allah, with their sincerity with Allah, their duas are accepted. But the one who is the closest link towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is that reality which he has. You find Imam al-Raza, he's within Khurasan. When he's within Khurasan, Ma'mun, he begins to think that what else can I do to lower his position? You find Ma'mun, he says, tomorrow I'll invite all of the scholars from the different schools of thought. He says to Fadl bin Sahl that go and invite Jatalik, the head of the Catholics. Go and invite who? Go and invite Rasul Jalut, the head rabbi. Go and invite the head of the Zoroastrians. Go and invite the head of the Hindus. Go and invite those who are the best in medicine. Go invite the mutakallimun, the theologians and the debaters. You find all of them came up. Ma'mun, he says to them, I haven't told my cousin Ali ibn Musa Rida that there will be a debate tomorrow, so he doesn't prepare. You find this is the grandson of that Imam. When they said, oh Ali, what is the most common letter within the Arabic alphabet? They say Alif. Then they said to the Imam, can somebody give a sermon which doesn't have any Alif within it? The Imam says, what are you talking about? Can somebody give the sermon? I'll give the sermon to you right now. That when we sit on the mimbar, we prepare and sit on the mimbar. The Imam on the spot, he gave a sermon without any alif within it. Then he gives a sermon without any dots within it. This is the grandson of that Imam. When it comes to debating with other faiths, he doesn't need any preparation in the same way. They come in towards Imam al-Rida. They say, oh Imam, there will be a debate at this moment. At that moment, there was a companion of the Imam by the name of Nawfali. His faith wasn't very high, but he was still a lover of the Imam. He still had a position. The Imam, he says, oh Nawfali, you're from the people of Iraq. The people of Iraq, they have a soft heart for us Ahlul Bayt. What is the niyat and the intention of Ma'mun in this situation? you find that Nawfali, he replies by saying, "Oh Imam, the reality is that Ma'mun is trying to test you. And I am afraid of what Ma'mun is doing." The Imam looks at Nawfali. He says, "Oh Nawfali, do you have any doubt within my knowledge and my skills?" Nawfali says, "No, I don't have any doubt within him. But oh Imam, he hasn't invited scholars, he's invited debaters." Why? Because scholars, they search for truth. These are those individuals, even if haqq is in front of it, they deny haqq. That if you tell them Allah is one, they'll find an argument out of that. If you tell them Rasulullah is the Prophet, they'll find an argument out of that. There is no way you can debate with these individuals. The Imam, he looks at Nawfali. He says, "Oh Nawfali, remember to look at the face of Ma'mun when Ma'mun becomes embarrassed." Nawfali says, "How will the Imam become embarrassed?" He says, "He'll become embarrassed when I reply to the people of the Bible, the Injil, with the Injil. And I reply to the people of the Torah with the Torah. And I'll reply to the people of the Zabur with the Zabur. And I'll reply to the Zoroastrians in Farsi. And I'll reply to the Romans in Latin." At that point, look at the face of Ma'mun. You know, after this debate happened, they come to Imam al-Rada. They say, "Oh Imam, you're from Medina, you live in Khurasan. How do you know Latin? How do you know Persian?" The Imam, he takes a rock. He puts it within his mouth. Then he says, "Put this rock within your mouth." The individual, he puts the rock within his mouth. The man, he begins to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes all the way up to 70. They say to him, "What are you counting?" He says, "I'm counting all of the languages that I know now. That if this is the impact of the saliva of the Imam, what knowledge must the Imam himself have?" The Imam, he goes into the court of Ma'mun. In the court of Ma'mun, imagine thousands are within that courtyard, people from different faiths. Imam Ali ibn Musa Rida, he walks up into that courtyard. All of the eyes, they go upon the Imam. Ma'mun wants to put him upon the throne. The Imam says, "I am the grandson of Rasulullah. We don't sit upon thrones. If we sit, it's upon a mimbar. For our grandfather used to sit upon the mimbar." The Imam, he goes on the mimbar. He looks at the crowd, all of them from different faiths. He says one question. He says, "Should I ask you questions first or should you ask me first?" They begin to think that this individual is so confident within his knowledge that he's saying, "Should I ask you or should you ask me?" They said, "We'll ask you." The first person Ma'mun sends up is Jatalik. Jatalik was the head of the Roman Catholic Church. The Imam, he looks at him. Jatalik looks at Ma'mun. He says, "How can I debate with a man who doesn't believe in the Injil and the Bible like I believe in it?" Imam al-Rada, he says, "If I give you answers from the Bible, would you believe it?" He says, "Yes, I would accept it." The first question which comes up, the man, he says to the Imam that, "What do you think of Nabi Isa?" The Imam, he says, "We believe he is a prophet and he was supported by Ruhul Qudus and he had a great position. But there is one fault within Isa." He says, "What fault is within Isa?" He says, "Isa, he wouldn't pray or fast too much. That he was very weak in his praying and fasting." At that moment, the man, he looks at the Imam. He says, "You are an alim and a scholar of the Muslims. How dare you say that anyone fasted and prayed more than our Lord Jesus? Jesus is that individual. In the daytime he would fast. In the nighttime he would pray tahajjud." The Imam says to him that, "What is prayer and fast?" The man says, "It is ibadat." He says, "If you say Isa is Allah himself, answer this question, that who is Isa praying to?" That this is the Imam within the courtyard. That if he is a Lord, you say he is Allah, who is he praying to? Then after that, he says to them that, "Why don't you accept that Isa, he did his miracles with the permission of Allah?" That Isa, every time within the Quran, he would raise the dead back to life or cure the blind or heal the leper. He would say, "Bi'idhnillah," with the permission of Allah. And the Quran is very specific. So Imam al-Rida says to him that, "Why don't you believe he did it with the permission of Allah?" The individual, Jatalik, he replies by saying, how can we believe an individual who brought the dead back to life to be a normal human being? This person has to be a Lord. You find the Imam says, if in your Bible, within the Torah, within the Old Testament, I can show you that there were prophets who brought the dead back to life, would you believe it? He says, I would believe it. He turns to Rasul Jalut. He says, oh Rasul Jalut, open the Torah. He opens the Torah. The Imam from the mimbar, he begins to recite that exact page that he opened up to. He says within the Torah, it states that Yas'a and Hiskil, they brought the dead back to life. That if you said that bringing the dead back to life is the criteria for being Allah, then why didn't you make Yas'a and Hiskil Allah as well? Then he says towards them, he says to them what? He says further than that, you believe that Ibrahim brought the birds back to life. It's within the Quran as well, that Ibrahim, when he had Iman but he didn't have certainty within his heart. So Allah said, take 4 birds, cut them up, mix up their bodies, then call them, they'll come back to you. Then he says to Jatalik, he says, okay, this is within your books as well. Then he says to him also Nabi Musa. When Nabi Musa, he went on Mount Sinai when the Torah was coming. He comes back. Banu Israel says to him, oh Musa, show us Allah. Musa says, Allah is above being seen. So he says for them to come with me. 40 people from Banu Israel, they go up with Musa. At that moment they say, oh Musa, allow us to see Allah. A thunderbolt, it struck them. This is within the Quran as well. Then they came back to life. He says these individuals came back to life with the dua of Musa. Make Musa the Lord as well. You find Jatalik, he goes silent. He has no answer. After that, Imam Raza says, who's next within this courtyard? Rasul Jalut, he stands up. The head rabbi, the head of the Jews, he stands up. The Imam, he looks at Rasul Jalut. He says, oh Rasul Jalut, why don't you believe in Nabi Isa after Musa? He says, because Musa had mujizat. He would be able, his asa would become a serpent. He would split the Nile. When he would hit a rock, you find springs, they would come forth from that rock. Then you find the Imam, he looks at him, he says, is that the criteria for being a prophet? He says, yes, if they say they're a prophet and they're able to perform miracles, then they are a prophet. Then he says to him, then Isa and Rasulullah also performed miracles. That Isa would bring the dead back to life. Rasulullah split the moon. You know, Allam al-Majlisi in Haqqul Yaqeen, he said there were 24 mujizat and miracles just associated with the body of Rasulullah. Then Matalan, I'll give examples. I'll give 2 or 3 examples, come back towards the debate. For example, Rasulullah, when you would walk, if there is somebody taller than Rasulullah, Rasulullah would look taller than him. Another example is that there would be nur and light coming from the face of Rasulullah. You know, one of the wives of Rasulullah would say that when we would lose a needle in the daytime, we wouldn't be able to find it by the light of the sun. But when Rasulullah would come at night, we would use that light from the forehead of Rasulullah to find that needle. Now I say that Quraysh, who knows everything about Rasulullah, on Shab-e-Hijrat, on that night, when Amir al-Mu'mineen is on the bed of Rasulullah, he must have had that same light coming from him. Otherwise they would know that this is somebody other than Muhammad. If it was somebody else, they would know the nur is not there on that individual. So you find when the debate, it said that miracles was the quality which made Musa a prophet. Imam al-Rida, he looks at Rasul Jalut. He says, then after that, Isa and Rasulullah also had miracles. He replies by saying, we don't believe in him because we never saw their miracles. The Imam, he looks at him, he says to him, did you see the miracles of Musa with your eyes? Rasul Jalut, he goes quiet at that point, one by one. After that, he says to Rasul Jalut, he says within the Torah, it's written that Allah manifested himself. The revelation of Allah, it came on what? It came on Jabal Sina, Mount Sinai. Then it came on Jabal Sa'ir, the mountain known as Sa'ir. Then it came on that Jabal al-Faran, the mountain known as Faran. He says to him that what were these three revelations? Who were the people receiving the revelation? He replies by saying Mount Sinai is Musa. Jabal Sa'ir, he says, who is Jabal Sa'ir? Imam, he says, when you look in the Bible, it's written that Isa is the one who received revelation on Jabal Sa'ir. Then he says, Jabal Faran, the only mountain on the earth called Jabal Faran is in Makkah. In Makkah, there is a cave by the name of Hira. The only one over there that said revelation came on me is Rasulullah. Why do you reject Isa and Rasulullah? Rasul Jalut, at that moment, he goes quiet. He says to him, oh man, how do you know the Torah so well, the Torah, that you can read it without even seeing it? He says, in the way Musa had 12 successors, in chapter 5, verse 12. Remember this verse, 5 and 12. وَبَعَثْنَا فِيهِمْ إِثْنَا عَشَرَ نَقِيبًا. There were 12 tribes under Musa. In the same way Rasulullah has 12 successors, I am the 8th of that 12. You know, it's written in Bukhari in one place, in Muslim in 7 places, in Tirmidhi in 9 places, that Rasulullah said there will be 12 awsiya after me, there will be 12 khulafa after me. In Bukhari it's written Itna Ashara Rajulan. There will be 12 rajul after me. You know, I looked in history. Where else did Rasulullah use this word rajul? On the day of Khaybar, he says, ثُمَّ لَأُعْطِيَنَّ الرَّايَةَ غَدًا رَجُلًا كَرَّارًا وَغَيْرَ فَرَّارٍ. Tomorrow I'm going to give the flag towards a man. It's saying 12 men like Ali. Ya Ali. Ya Ali. I'm coming towards the end of the debate. I know it's getting late. These are who the Imams of Ali Muhammad are. You know, individuals, like I said on another night, sometimes they're on top in one fadail, but in another virtue, they're at the bottom. You look at these Imams, you look at Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, if you have bravery without knowledge, that bravery without knowledge, it turns into dhulm. That it turns into oppression. But Amir al-Mu'mineen is that man with that knowledge, that when in one of the battles, an individual comes to the Imam, he says, Ya Ali, what is Tawheed? All the companions, they look at that individual. They say, we're in the middle of a battle. What kind of a time is this to ask, Ya Ali, what is Tawheed? The Imam had that knowledge with his bravery. He replied by saying that let him ask the question, because this battle is about establishing Tawheed. That this is the ilm of the Imam. This is that reality of the Imams of Ali Muhammad. You find Imam al-Rida in the court of Ma'mun. The next person who comes up is the leader of the Zoroastrians. The Imam, he says to him that why don't you believe in these other prophets besides Zoroaster, who was a prophet himself? They replied by saying that within our sources it said that he is a prophet. The Imam, he looks at him. He says in the same way in everyone else's sources it says Isa is a prophet, Rasulullah is a prophet, Musa is a prophet. He goes silent as well at that moment. You see the Imam in that time, then he looks towards Ma'mun, he looks towards Nawfali, who I mentioned at the beginning of the narration. He says, oh Nawfali, look at the face of Ma'mun, this is what I had promised you yesterday. You see, this is that reality of the Imam. In today's society, the way the world is that today the battle is not with the sword. Today the battle is with intellect. Today the battle is through academics. And this is what Imam Rida, that lesson which he teaches us. Because you find many, they came and placed an attack upon Islam, but it was against the reality of Islam. You know, if I told you there is a medicine which can cure every single disease, that you know, not everyone would be happy with this medicine. Why? Because some people, their hospitals would go out of business. Those who dig the graves, their business would go out as well. So what these people in this example do, what these people in this example do, is they get together. They say to each other, what we'll do is that we'll create the same medicine. It'll look the same. The color will be the same. The scent will be the same. The bottle will be the same. But instead of giving shifa, we'll put poison within it. In the same way, when these individuals, they saw that Islam was spreading, they knew they couldn't defeat Islam. So they said, we'll join the folds of Islam. The Allahu Akbar will be the same. The form will be the same. But instead of giving cure towards the world, it will be a poison within the world. This is that reality what they did. When they saw they couldn't defeat Islam, they put on the guards of Islam. But if you want to go to the reality of Islam and Tabligh, go to Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, after one of the battles, you find that a person comes up to Rasulullah. He says, Ya Rasulullah, there are captives in this battle. There are individuals who are asir. We preach to them Islam, but they don't come to Islam. But when Ali preaches to them, they join Islam. You find what? You find Rasulullah says, why are you asking me? Go and ask Ali himself. When they go towards Amir al-Mu'mineen, they say, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. They say, Ya Ali. They don't say Amir al-Mu'mineen. They say, Ya Ali. That why is it like this? The Imam, he says, ask the captives themselves. When they go and they look at those captives, they say to that man that within the battlefield you were running away, but the moment our hands were tied, you showed us arrogance when you spoke to us. But that Ali, when on the battlefield we couldn't stand up in front of that Ali out of fear, but when he came to preach us Islam, Ali, he sits on the ground with humility. He folds his arms. He says, let me tell you about the ways of Islam. We said to that Ali, oh Ali, how ajib and strange are your ways, that you are so brave, yet you show this level of humility. Amir al-Mu'mineen replied by saying that these are not the ways of my own, these are the ways of Islam. Ya Ali, mashallah, mashallah. This is who Amir al-Mu'mineen is. You see, it was the akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam which attracted people towards them. When Rasulullah would sit, people would say, which one of you is Rasulullah? That Rasulullah didn't ask for a special position, that he would wear what others would wear. And this is that reality. You find one after another, from this Imam all the way up to Rasulullah. They showed this character into the last of the Imams. But you find one by one, these Imams, either they were poisoned or they were killed off in other ways. You know, Imam al-Rida, today the tabut is being taken out. Tonight I'm not holding back on Masaib at all. You know, the Imam is Ghareebul Ghuraba. You know, gharib in Arabic is not the same gharib as in Urdu. In Urdu, gharib means poor. But in Arabic, gharib means alone. How is Imam Ghareebul Ghuraba? Go and look at the graves. In Medina, at least there are multiple graves together. In Najaf by Amir al-Mu'mineen, Adam and Nuh are there. In Qadmain, there are 2 graves together. In Karbala by Imam al-Hussein is Abbas and Ali Akbar. But you find the grave of Imam al-Rida. That's that grave which was alone within Mashhad. Which Imam is this? You know, in front of Dabil al-Khuzai, was reciting a lines of poetry in front of the Imam. And you know the lines, they would talk about that when you have a tasbih, you find tasbih, it's something which is mansoob with Zahra. And the way a tasbih breaks and the beads, they begin to scatter. In the same way, Dabil would say that the graves have scattered. There are graves in Medina, there are graves in Najaf, there's graves in Kazmain and Karbala. As he would recite the graves one by one, Imam al-Rida, he says, oh Dabil, can I add towards your poetry? Dabil, he says, oh Imam, it would be my honor. The Imam, he says, Ya Dabil, wa qabrun bitusin ya laha min musiba. That there will be a grave in Tus, which will be full of musiba. Dabil, he says, oh Mawla, which grave will this be? The Imam says, this will be my grave within Tus. Then you know on this night, when you take the tabut of the Imam out, there are two individuals who are giving your pursa and your condolences to. One is the sister of Imam al-Rida, Masuma Qum. The other is the son of Imam al-Rida, Imam al-Jawad. You know both of them, they weren't in Khurasan. You know when Masuma Qum was in Medina, she would have her brothers around her, but she would say, where is my brother Ali al-Rida? She would say, I want to visit my brother Ali al-Rida. You find Bibi Masuma Qum, she goes with her brothers and sisters, she goes towards Khurasan. On the way to Khurasan, Ma'mun, he sends his army towards Marv. And Marv, the brothers and the sisters, many of them, they were killed at Masuma Qum. You find this Masuma Qum, when she would go towards Khurasan, she didn't know that her brother had already been poisoned. You know, when she was reaching near the city of Qum, one of the people of Qum, they said, the sister of Ali al-Rida is coming. Don't mourn in the streets. Take the black cloth away. You find she enters the city of Qum. She goes into a house known as Baytul Nur. But when she goes into the house, she hears a lady crying that Ali ibn Musa al-Rida has passed away. She comes out, she says, oh lady, which Ali ibn Musa al-Rida is this? She says, aren't you a Shia? You don't know that Ma'mun, he poisoned Ali al-Rida. Masuma Qum, she falls on the ground. But I say one thing, I say, oh Masuma Qum, you didn't have to see that final moment. Zainab, she stood there. As Shabari said, the Musibah of Imam al-Rida, you know, each Imam in their final moments, they would remember Imam al-Hussein. You know, I mentioned Imam al-Rida is the one who promoted the Aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada. You know, there's a famous narration where the Imam, he speaks to Rayhan ibn Shabib. He says to Yabna Shabib, In kunta baqiyan ala shay'in fabka lil Husayna. He says, oh Yabna Shabib, if you ever want to cry over anything, then cry over my grandfather Hussein. You know, Ayatollah Wahid Khurasani, he would state, when he says shay, when he says thing, this includes Adam, this includes Rasulullah as well. But then he says to Yamna Shabib, he says, Innahu qutila kal kabash, that my grandfather was killed in a way that a sheep is slaughtered. You know, the ulama, they discuss that why did he say Innahu qutila kal kabash? Because when you slaughter a sheep, you sharpen the sword. When you slaughter a sheep, you give water away to it. When you slaughter a sheep, you make sure no animals are watching. But Imam al-Hussein, neither did he have water, neither did they sharpen the sword. At 70 steps, that his sister would watch. The ulama, they said, the reason the Imam said this is that when you slaughter a sheep, no one says stop, don't slaughter it. In the same way, no one said don't slaughter the grandson of Rasulullah. The musibah of the Imam. What can I tell you about the musibah of the Imam? You know that Ma'mun, he poisons the juice of a pomegranate. He gives it towards the Imam. The pain starts going through the body of the Imam. You know, the Imam was upon his deathbed. When he was upon his deathbed, he said to the person next to him, his companion, he said, remove the roof from this house. Remove the carpets over here. He said, oh Mawla, there's poison going through your body. Why do you want to do this? The Imam, he says, for one moment, I want to feel the pain of my grandfather in Karbala. When that body is laid upon the ground, for 3 days there was no kafan. You know, there are similarities within this martyrdom. Imam al-Jawadi came from Medina, for only a Ma'soom buries a Ma'soom. He buried his father. But you know, when Imam Zainul Abidin, he comes on the 13th of Muharram, you know, on the 2nd of Muharram, the Imam, he said to Banu Asad, oh Banu Asad, I'm buying this land from you, but I'll give the land back towards you under the condition that you bury our bodies. When the Zaireen come, you serve them for 3 days. Then the Imam said, oh men of Banu Asad, go inside, call your women. He says to the women of Banu Asad, oh women of Banu Asad, I am the son of Zahra. That I am the son of Zahra. When you get water from the Furat, put dust upon our bodies. Then look at how alone the Imam was. He says, oh woman of Banu Asad, when you go inside, call your children. The Imam says, oh children of Banu Asad, when you're playing on the plains of Karbala, put the khak of Karbala upon our bodies. You know, on the 13th of Muharram, when the women of Banu Asad, they went towards the Maqtal, when they went towards the Furat, they saw that all of the bodies were laying there. They went inside. They said, oh man of Banu Asad, you sit inside while the body of the son of Zahra is outside. They say, we fear Ibn Ziyad. The women, they say, we'll bury the bodies. At that point the men said, no, we'll bury the bodies which are on the plains of Karbala. But when they get to the plains of Karbala, what do they see? They see there are no heads upon the bodies. They see the clothes are ripped. At that moment, they see a man dressed in black from the direction of Kufa. He goes in between the bodies until he falls at one body which was broken into pieces. He says, oh Baba, after you they put a chain on my neck. Oh Baba, after you they slapped your sakina. Oh Baba, after you they took the hijabs. A few more lines. You find Banu Asad, they would ask the Imam how to bury the bodies. They say, can we bury the body of Habib separately? They bury the body of Habib. Then they dig one grave for the companions. Then they say, oh captive, oh Khadi, there is a body by the Furat. When we lift one side of the body, the other side falls down. When we lift the other side of the body, the other side falls down. The Imam says, that is the body of my uncle Abbas. I'll bury that body. Then the Imam, he says, oh Banu Asad, step back, for only a Masoom can bury a Masoom. The Imam, he puts his Abba on the ground. He picks up the pieces of his father. He looks towards Medina. He says, Ya Rasulullah, adrikni. He looks towards Najaf. He says, oh my grandfather Ali, adrikni. He looks towards Baqi. He says, oh my uncle Hassan, adrikni. He picks the body of his father. Yes, he puts it in the grave. But as he's putting it in the grave, a voice comes from the body of Imam al-Hussein. The voice would say, my child, my child. The Imam, he says, oh Banu Asad, where is the body of the 6-month Ali Asghar? He puts the body of Asghar on the chest of the Imam. He puts the body of Ali Akbar by the feet of the Imam. He buries the body. He writes on the grave, هذا قبر أبي عبد الله الذي قتل غريب. Matam Hussain.
کرتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا کرتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا ہائے امام رضا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا کیسی کی مامون نے تم پر جفا کیسی کی مامون نے تم پر جفا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا 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 کیسی کی مامون نے مل کر دغا کیسی کی مامون نے مل کر دغا تیرا ولی عہد تھا یہ تو امیر ڈھائی جفا کس لیے تو نے شریر تیرا ولی عہد تھا یہ تو امیر ڈھائی جفا کس لیے تو نے شریر تو نے امامون غضب کر دیا تو نے امامون غضب کر دیا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا دور وطن پاس نہ بھائی پسے دور وطن پاس نہ بھائی پسے کون یہاں آئے گلے نے خبر کون یہاں آئے گلے نے خبر تازہ ہوا واقعہ کربلا تازہ ہوا واقعہ کربلا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا ڈور کے ذریعے سے تھے سب میں بھرے ڈور کے ذریعے سے تھے سب میں بھرے سامنے انگور جلا کر رکھے میں بھرے سامنے انگور جلا کر رکھے کھاتے ہی بھائی میرا رخصت ہوا کھاتے ہی بھائی میرا رخصت ہوا کھاتے ہی بھائی میرا رخصت ہوا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا 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 کرتی تھی معصوم قم جب فغا کرتی تھی معصوم قم جب فغا روتے تھے تب درد سے عرض و سما روتے تھے تب درد سے عرض و سما خلق میں ہو جاتا تھا محشر بپا خلق میں ہو جاتا تھا محشر بپا خلق میں ہو جاتا تھا محشر بپا کہتی تھی یہ فاطمہ کر کے بکا 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 آٹھویں رخصت ہوئے تیرے امام پھر بھی نہیں غم کا کوئی اہتمام پھر بھی نہیں غم کا کوئی اہتمام کیسا انیس ہے نہیں کرتا بکا رضا ہائے امام کیسا انیس ہے نہیں کرتا بکا ہائے امام رضا 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 ہائے امام رضا
فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا سب بولو جی مولا کے زادار زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ زہرا ہو حیا علی خیر العمل حیا علی خیر العمل حیا علی خیر العمل حل من ناصر ینصرنا حل من ناصر ینصرنا حل من ناصر ینصرنا حل من ناصر ینصرنا ہو حیا علی خیر العمل حیا علی خیر العمل فاطمہ فاطمہ زہرا فاطمہ سجاد لئیے مشکل اے شام دا صفے 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 سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم صفے سجاد لئیے مشکل اے شام دا صفے سجاد لئیے مشکل اے شام دا صفے سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم صفے سجاد لئیے مشکل اے شام دا صفے سجاد لئیے مشکل ہو یار حاجتوں دا چپ چپ سجاد رہندا ہو یار حاجتوں دا چپ چپ سجاد رہندا پوچھے حال کوئی روکے نہ شام دائے لیندا نام کوئی روکے نہ شام دائے لیندا مظلوم مر نہ جاوے مظلوم مر نہ جاوے دنیا نو کی خبر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہو یار حاجتوں دا چپ چپ سجاد رہندا ہو یار حاجتوں دا چپ چپ سجاد رہندا پوچھے حال کوئی روکے نہ شام دائے لیندا تیرے ظلم ویکھے عابد تیرے ظلم ویکھے عابد دنیا نو کی خبر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لید وچ رکھا دے اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لید وچ رکھا دے احسان کر کبیدہ عابد نشا مٹا دے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے میری قبر دیش میں سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لید وچ رکھا دے اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لید وچ رکھا دے احسان کر کبیدہ مٹا دے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے میری قبر دیش میں سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم سفر سجاد لئیے مشکل آخر و باب عابد مشکل ہے میرا جینا آخر و باب عابد مشکل ہے میرا جینا اصغر ہے کربلا وچ رہی شام گئی سکینہ ہوئی گود میری خالی ہوئی گود میری خالی کس دی لگی نظر سجاد لئیے مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی مشکل اے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی مشکل اے شام دا سفر اکبر بیرادہ قاتل اکبر بیرادہ قاتل عابدہ ہم سفر سجاد لئی مشکل اے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی مشکل اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لب وچ رکھا دے اصغر دا کرتا میری لب وچ رکھا دے اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لب وچ رکھا دے اصغر دا کرتا ویریں میری لب وچ رکھا دے احسان کر قبر دا بدن شام جا دے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے تیرے بعد آنا جاوے میری قبر تے شمر سجاد لئی مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی مشکل ہے شام دا سفر سجاد لئی
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
بیمار کربلا دا بیمار کربلا دا بیمار رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سب پڑھو بیمار کربلا دا بیمار کربلا دا بیمار رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سوچو مدینے والو سجاد کیوں نہ رووے ایک ویر لئی مصیبت کی اس تو ود کے ہووے اے دیکھا پلے دا قیدی اے دیکھا پلے دا قیدی قیداں چ رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سوچو مدینے والو سجاد کیوں نہ رووے ایک ویر لئی مصیبت کی اس تو ود کے ہووے اے دیکھا پھلے دا قیدی اے دیکھا پھلے دا قیدی قیداں چ رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سب پڑھو بیمار کربلا دا بیمار کربلا دا بیمار رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے کنڈیاں چ ٹردا ٹردا تھکیا نہیں سی جیڑا واپس مدینے آ کے جدوں تکیا خالی ویڑا بابے دے بوئے دے نل بابے دے بوئے دے نل سر لا کے بہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سوچو مدینے والو سجاد کیوں نہ رووے ایک ویر لئی مصیبت کی اس تو ود کے ہووے اے دیکھا پھلے دا قیدی اے دیکھا پھلے دا قیدی قیداں چ رہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے سب پڑھو کنڈیاں چ ٹردا ٹردا تھکیا نہیں سی جیڑا واپس مدینے آ کے جدوں تکیا خالی ویڑا بابے دے بوئے دے نل بابے دے بوئے دے نل سر لا کے بہ گیا اے پھپھیاں دے درد سارے اکھیاں چ لے گیا اے
السلام عليك يا رسول الله خاتم النبيين. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين ووصي رسول رب العالمين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن بن علي المجتبى ناسه الأمين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء. السلام عليك يا شمس الشموس أنيس النفوس أيها المدفون بأرض توز. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا صاحب الزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا قعبة الإيمان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أوانك وأنصارك والمستشهدين بين يدي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بڑھنا تجھے واسطہ ہے محمد والے محمد کا، تجھے واسطہ ہے ان برگزیدہ ہستیوں کا کہ جن کے واسطے تو نے اس کائنات کو خلق کیا. تو ہماری اس قلیل عبادت کو قبول فرما. صدقے میں محمد والے محمد کے حاضرین مجلس اور بانیان مجلس کی حاجات شرعیہ کو پورا فرما. جہاں جہاں کہیں پر بھی مومنین مومنات آباد ہیں ان کی جان و مال عزت و آبرو کی حفاظت فرما. جو مومنین پریشان حال ہیں ان کی پریشانی کو دور فرما. جو مومنین قید و بند کی صحبت برداشت کر رہے ہیں ان کو جلد از جلد رہائی نصیب فرما. براللہ تجھے واسطہ ہے محمد والے محمد کا تمام مومنین مومنات جو زیارات مقامات مقدسہ کے لیے گئے ہیں، پروردگار عالم ان کا تحفظ فرما، ان کو بخیریت انشاءاللہ اپنے اپنے گھروں پر آنا نصیب ہو. پروردگار عالم زیارات مقامات مقدسہ کا تحفظ فرما، زیارات مقامات مقدسہ کا تحفظ کرنے والوں کا تحفظ فرما. براللہ تجھے واسطہ ہے محمد والے محمد کا تمام مومنین مومنات جو مقروض ہیں ان کو جلد از جلد قرض سے خلاصی عطا فرما. پروردگار عالم جو مومنین قید و بند کی صحبت برداشت کر رہے ہیں ان کو جلد از جلد رہائی نصیب فرما. براللہ جو مومنین مومنات بیمار ہیں، خاص طور سے ہمارے محمد مالک بھائی کے والد محمد ایوب رانا صاحب کو، اس کے ساتھ ہی ساتھ ہمارے وسیع بھائی کے والد کرار زیدی صاحب کو، اور جملہ مومنین مومنات جہاں جہاں کہیں پر بھی بیمار ہیں، پروردگار عالم ان سب کو جلد از جلد صحت کلی اور کاملہ نصیب فرما. بار اللہ ظہور قائم آل محمد میں تعجیل فرما. ہم کو اور ہماری نسلوں کو ان کے انصار اور اعوان میں شمار فرما. تقبل منا انک انت السمیع العلیم برحمتک یا ارحم الراحمین. اس سے پیشتر کے سورہ فاتحہ کی التماس کروں. جیسا کہ آپ کے علم میں ہے کہ یہ جو 3 روزہ مجالس اب سے 2 روز قبل یہاں پر منعقد کی گئی تھی، آج اس سلسلے کی یہ تیسری اور آخری مجلس تھی، لیکن مجالس کا سلسلہ کنٹینیوٹی کے ساتھ جاری ہے. یعنی کل سے اور تقریباً 6 روز اور یعنی 7 کل سے مزید مجالس یہاں پر منعقد کی جا رہی ہیں، اور وہ بسلسلہ چہلوں میں سید الشہداء ان مجالس کا انعقاد کیا گیا ہے آپ تمام مومنین بہن بھائیوں کی جانب سے. اور وہ ان مجالس سے خطاب کرنے کے لیے जनाब यासिर नकवी साहब ज़ाकिर अल-बैत आलिम दीन, इससे पेशतर भी आपके दरमियान यहाँ तशरीफ़ ला चुके हैं। गुज़िश्ता साल चेलम में भी उन्होंने यहाँ पर अशरे से खिताब किया था। इस साल भी इंशाअल्लाह वो यहाँ पर मजालिस अज़ा से खिताब करेंगे। मजालिस का वक्त जैसा कि आपके इल्म में है, क्योंकि मगरिबैन का वक्त थोड़ा सा अर्ली हो गया है, तो इस मुनासबत से मजालिस का वक्त थोड़ा सा अर्ली कर लिया गया है। पहले 8:30 बजे शुरू होती थी, अब ठीक 8 बजे मजलिस शुरू हो जाती है। तो अगर आप तमाम बहन भाई भी इस सिलसिले में ताउन फरमाएं कि वक्त पर आ जाए, तो हम बासानी मजलिस को यानी वक्त पर ख़त्म कर सकते हैं, और बच्चे जो स्कूल जाने वाले हैं उनको उस सिलसिले में कोई जहमत या परेशानी नहीं होगी। मेरा ख्याल है कि अगर ठीक 8 बजे हम मजलिस शुरू कर दें तो इस वक्त तक आप खाना वगैरह भी यानी न्याज भी तनावल करके और रुखसत हो सकते हैं, यानी 11 बजे तक भी। लेकिन उसमें कंडीशन यही है या रिक्वेस्ट यही है कि आप तमाम अफराद भी उसमें ताउन फरमाएं और वक्त पर हम शुरू करने में हमारी मदद करें। मैं इंतहाई ममनून और मुतशक्किर हूँ आप तमाम बहन भाइयों की जानिब से, बुजुर्गों की जानिब से, अपने अहबाब की जानिब से, बच्चों की जानिब से, अरकान अंजुमन गमखारान अब्बास और अहदेदारान गमखारान अब्बास की जानिब से जनाब बिलाल रिजवी साहब का कि उन्होंने हमारी इस रिक्वेस्ट को कबूल किया और इंतहाई खूबसूरत अंदाज में विलाय मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद को ट्रांसफ़र किया। यकीनन ये हमारा इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग जाकिर का पहला तजुर्बा था, लेकिन जैसा कि हमारे जासिम ने कहा कि जो बिलाल रिजवी साहब क़िबला हैं, इन्होंने एक बहुत खूबसूरत स्टैंडर्ड कायम किया है, और उस स्टैंडर्ड पर ही जब कोई अगर इंशाल्लाह हमें मैसर आएगा तो इंशाल्लाह ताला हम उसको लाएंगे।
मैं भी एक ऐलान कर देता हूं। इंशाल्लाह जरूर आप कीजिएगा। और हम दुआगो हैं कि अल्लाह ताला इनके रिज़्क़े इल्म में, रिज़्क़े मालो दुनिया में इजाफा फरमाए। जैसा कि आपने अभी लोगों को बताया भी है और हमारे इल्म में भी आया कि चहलुम के इंशाल्लाह फ़ौरन बाद ही ये नजफ़ अशरफ तालीम हासिल करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, दीनी तालीम, जहाँ पर अक़ायद सिस्तानी के हौज़ा होगा या हाफिज़ मोहम्मद बशीर साहब का हौज़ा रहा होगा या और दीगर जितने भी वहाँ पर हौज़े हैं, इंशाल्लाह ताला उसमें ये तालीम हासिल करेंगे। और तकरीबन 4 साल का इरादा है इनका कि 4 साल वहाँ पर क़याम करें, लेकिन उस दौरान में इंशाल्लाह ये आते रहेंगे अय्याम अज़ा में भी या अगर अय्याम अज़ा के अलावा भी। और इंशाल्लाह हमें उम्मीद है कि अगर वक्त हुआ तो इंशाल्लाह ये भी हमें वक्त देंगे, और अगर हमारी मैनेजमेंट में भी अगर इस तरह की गुंजाइश कोई निकलती होगी तो वो भी यकीनन इनसे रब्ता करेगी। मैं दुआ गो हूँ अल्लाह ताला मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद के सदक़े में इनके वालिदैन का साया इनके सर पर सलामत रखे, और इनका मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद के सदक़े में साया तमाम शियाने हैदर कर्रार पर, मिल्लत जाफरिया पर कायम व दायम रखे। खुसूसी तौर से जितने बच्चों को इन्होंने अपनी जानिब अट्रैक्ट किया है, यकीनन बच्चे आपके लिए दुआगो हैं, आपके लिए यानी नेक ख्वाहिशात रखते हैं, और उम्मीद करते हैं कि इंशाअल्लाह ताला आप जब वापस आएंगे जब कभी भी, तो इससे और बेहतर अंदाज में इंशाअल्लाह मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद के मसाइब और फ़ज़ाइल बयान फरमाएंगे। मजालिस अज़ा का मैंने आपके को बता दिया। सूरह फातिहा की इल्तिमास है 1 मरतबा सूरह हम्द और 3 मरतबा सूरह इखलास पढ़कर कुल मोमिनीन मोमिनात के अरवाह को, ख़ासतौर से वो मोमिनीन मोमिनात जिनका कोई फातिहा पढ़ने वाला नहीं है, उनके अरवाह को, उसके अलावा अपने अपने आइज़ा अक़रबा, अपने अपने मिलने जुलने वाले अफराद, तमाम उलमाए कराम, तमाम मराजिज़ अज़ाम, तमाम ज़ाकिरीन बैत, तमाम शुरा बैत, तमाम क़सीदा खां हज़रात, तमाम नोहा खां हज़रात जो इंतकाल कर चुके हैं, सबके अरवाह को, खुसूसी तौर से मौलाना बिलाल रिजवी बेहतरीन यानी अज़ादार और बेहतरीन ऐसे घराने से हैं कि जो हुब्बे मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद से सरशार रहा है। मैं बचपन से जानता हूँ, मेरे आइज़ा में हैं, मेरे अजीज़ हैं, मेरे अजीज़ और रिश्तेदार हैं। इनके नाना शमशेर जाफरी साहब और इनके दादा आले जाफ़र रिजवी, ये यकीनन बेहतरीन अज़ादार और यानी मुहिब्बे मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद में से थे। तो उन दोनों मोमिनीन को इस सूरह फातिहा में ज़रूर याद रखिएगा, शमशेर जाफरी साहब को और आले जाफ़र रिजवी साहब को। और उसके अलावा आज की न्याज हमारे बशर भाई की जानिब से है, तो बशर भाई की
والد میر نجف علی، ان کی والدہ مسرت جہاں، اور اس کے علاوہ ان کی اہلیہ کے اجداد میں جو انتقال کر چکے ہیں ان سب کی ارواح کے لیے ایک مرتبہ سورہ حمد اور 3 مرتبہ سورہ اخلاص میں. جی اچھا، سورہ فاتحہ سے پہلے یہ اعلان.
You listened to entire Majlis in English. I thought I'd make one announcement in English as well. No, thank you to the entire Dar-e Abbas community. This is a community where I see a family environment in this. I've gone to centers where they've had $1 million buildings. You can put together $1 million buildings, but what you have here, this is valueless. So, thank you for everyone who's invited me. Our Zulfikar Bhai, Dr. Samir, a lot of names. But, big thanks as well to, Ustad, my elder, my respected Sayyid Ali Zia Rizvi, and the entire Dar-e Abbas community. It recognizes this as well. His position, his contributions to the Azab, Sayyid al-Shuhada, they have their own position. But his akhlaq and his humility, which he maintains with that, has its own position as well. So 1 salawat, 1 Surah Al-Fatiha, and 3 times Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad for his marhumeen, as well as for the marhumeen of this community. Rahimallahu man qara Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Malik yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
جزاک اللہ، جزاک اللہ، جزاک اللہ.
محمد والے محمد صلوات.
اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد.
دم دم
علی علی
دم دم
علی علی
دم دم
علی علی
دم دم
علی علی
ہر دم
علی علی
ہر دم
علی علی
ہر دم
علی علی.
لبیک یا حسین لبیک یا حسین لبیک یا حسین. پڑھو ملانت، پڑھ یزید لعنت. نعرہ حیدر